Fáilte I dá sé ring seo ag Broadwood son na darna game acing an seo noch I BBC Alapa agus well hunna sin na hin Glasgow City agus Celtic Ciúnan an an R3 mar sin na sinna céalacha an na Rangers bragáil I the sin well mar a híisiú an na skipian a Chinamach son na game seo I the Rangers agus Hearts mar sin a dámaking a gáil suas gúir skipa adis clear gemel agus cúteach runna sin a dáiseach Alco Henley.
More an tang vi Kelly la puie pelting gutig la puie vi aan de Rangers maar het jacht pra egal in de pingen ha Celtic de likalas. Agus at the new Hearts so bis at the klicht kutje aan de koers jaren nog kupen halappe akjed in Emias daar skippen frisje geval op show neak van de skipper Rangers keer daar again voor de skipper in de grote Celtic a Camden Lizzie Arnott in de stay Jody McCleary Rio Hardy agus Kirsty Howard who had a dara tool the China State agus is on Hearts Jidach a new marach van a skipper Irene Groch Spartans Kathleen McGovern the China State match Georgia Timms the Peter Olge in the Costa Hudige de Shin Eva Ali de Kumal Erapsas na Kluketan who a triad van ik hier koers jaren nog weer agus Shin de heen a Camden a Kid in Emias uit de da skipper set. Weet je de haken je nog? Andrew Craven. Agus fatachkorn de games nater te jesig gubes aan son koers jaren nog kupen halappe agus an Rangers gesorritje Cara Moore Tarin Coenen de Celtic ag molige league me jachke de game segleer agus overal ag kujachke de gaile de game gedig pik en hechke in het Ashe New Hearts ag Canorium Phil Cagnoni Katie Lockwood who had a double nation Nicky Doherty agus Georgia Hunter the skipper then Claire Gemmell called them a show Claire what an incentive for Rangers having seen their closest rivals drop points they need to capitalise on this tonight.
I think they do. I mean, they found themselves for a lot of the season leading this league, and now Celtic find themselves in that position. And as you said, going in tonight and drawing 2-2 with Glasgow City, I think Rangers have got a massive opportunity. Don't get me wrong, I still think Celtic in the driving seat, given the fact they've got the better goal difference, but they absolutely need to take it as a positive.
Well, game chaser is on Toshaku. Hearts het pisje gevallen van de kerkelachkesen. Zat heen Lomelaan misnjak. As Joey Marigleat en nu Spartans Chitonig. As Kirsty Howard could the game cut all. With Ashko, Rachel McLaughlin, is je klichtje daar game as Joey Geel, as Joey wie je mag. Och mias en de korstige. Harsinko, Doherty, Edival, Lizzie Arnott, Fiachen die Shinachum al stay, Ediville. And equally clear from a Hearts point of view, they'll be coming into this full of confidence, having got to their first final. And in a way, it won't quite be a dress rehearsal for the cup final, but you always want to lay down a marker if you can.
Of course you do, as you said, full of confidence. Both these teams off the back of the weekend there, but certainly for Hearts, last time we were here at Broadwood, it was a close game. Rangers only won 1-0, and then a couple of weeks ago, Hearts have managed to beat Rangers 1-0, so they'll be full of confidence. I just think when they come away from home at bigger pitches, they sometimes struggle to force themselves onto a game, particularly when they're going forward. So it's whether they decide or are brave enough to actually come out against Rangers.
And possibly having had maybe a day more to recover, Rangers might be that bit fresher as well as the game goes on.
You know, and that actually does have an influence, the fact that you've got that extra day to rest. So it could be here, as I said, it is a big pitch, so all the players are going to feel it.
Emma Brownlee, fine bacon to Givrakishin. Kate Mooney, who are the Kia Tull, a Camden to Hearts, and the Kia who are Gekisha. McLaughlin, they go the Vokes to corner to room, Yen Hiet Corum to Rangers, I guess, look at the cards, Chin Tarsing, I guess, Cara Grant, well, Yaka the start of the Poshine. A Purinyi, I guess, Chelsea Cornet. Kutramax again, Vashin, the Celtic, Kuchuk, who are the Kia Tull. Ja, in de kudde shin, I guess Lockwood was a rat in her packet. On an Osha. Arnott Gudich go Brogan Hay. They'll be looking to improve their corner kicks as the game goes on, Claire.
Definitely, I was just thinking that's the strangest corner kick I've ever seen, but it's obviously something they've been working on.
Lizzie Waldy, Sinatra Charst. Agus George Hunter, fiechan de Grishaval, we all amach, agus Chaya Shin. You Hardy, Tonshach noch Kuchach. Jean Ross, Sarah Ewan, Haushich, Camden, Jasarnia. The Vengi, agus George Hunter, Masash to me and Yelena Gian. The carts. Grant, Tarsin go Brownlee, and a fine shot at the Vuli who the McKell. Charlotte Parker Smith, Sueska near Mulch, Nicky Doherty, the Gronko Gamache Duval. McGovern, fiechan die third Comuni. Grant, going to dash Gallard, big Monica Forsyth, Sark, look at the game. Camden. Chelsea Cornet, fiechan die room again heen, as Brogan Hay, good sheers alive, yes. Howitt, Gakel, McLaughlin. Doherty. Sharp Listico, Rangers, McCleary. Let's go Hardy, tuned again out. Brogan Hay, area the douche. McCleary, fiach in the opera geweest. Nes Chiliaco, Brogan Hay, Stocker is niet. Paul op Gorga weer de Kloekjach. Ask Charlotte Parker Smith. Bright start by Rangers, as you expect, Claire.
It has been a bright start, you know. I think that move there, I think it's the wrong decision. Yep. I think it should go wide to Brogan Hay. She's in acres of space. She finally gets the ball, but in that situation, I think she has to back herself, take her on, get into the box.
Hart's asking een piece of Elena Gianna Rangers, so he's falling nog gebeuren met jou. Wie laatje Elena Gian's via in de brisje, maar je wat een kormen, ik ga nelle. Maar ik leer het Gorium. Govern, Gahokal is Muni. Wat je pick and roll art. I guess Drew Vowell on the stable, Kathleen McGovern. Waldy. There's Grant. Arsenko, Carly Girazzoli, who had that race told 4 gedig the game in the Spartans. Hunter. So it's got Lockwood. Dan ring je zachter gegeven de Vowell of Girazzoli ka ook al stay in Moon Victoria Essen. Cathy Hill ka ook al van een goede die eerste Sun Rangers. Hardy. Toch van Elena. Essen is min in de vrepe kan een patje. Gemoors in de ruinige al Kudic, kom McLaughlin. Die Handley, Sarate vast eigenlijk, gemoors in de Bristol van Brogan Hay. Waldy, zo is Elena, McLaughlin ka gronke gemaakt. Die Handley ka like Waldy. McLaughlin met een graad asjes skippen. Dat is een jastige gewone Giannic Rangers. Howitt, ja, in die Hardy op de val af. De Juvoer, je George Hunter kita. Gara Grant, Rashka Girazzoli. Hier is Parker Smith. Lockwood, guy in the dash. I guess Monica Forsyth at the Vestegi. Handley. Kayuri Kuchak. Waldi Uchudanyam the Kun and Thuruju. Go fiches the Shia. Show you the to the Val, Cora Mahoka Lastai. Mooney. Well, Hearts have come back into it, Claire, and that's the first real sight they've had of goal. And Kate Mooney, who scored the first goal at Hampden, should be looking at this and thinking, should have got that on target.
Yeah, she snatches at it, doesn't she, when it falls to her. But you know, it was a great passage of play there by Hearts. They've been putting Rangers under pressure, winning the ball back and moving it nicely across the pitch. Actually, the space was on the other side even before that chance. Broken Hay wasn't quite back in. It's just Lockwood doesn't get the head up to get it switched out. But you know, again, the chance does break to Mooney in the end, but just snatches at it and it goes wide.
Interesting, Claire, also that Joe Potter has chosen to make 4 changes, obviously freshening the squad. Eva O'Lead, just the one enforced change with Georgia Timms out injured. I suppose it shows the confidence she has in the squad, but there's a lot of games coming up, so it's an interesting decision they both made.
It is. I think it shows the depth that Rangers have got as well. You know, she feels that she can make these changes and it have very little impact in the way that they play. And then for Hearts, you know, they're obviously played the semi-final on Sunday against Spartans. They performed well, so Oled maybe feels that, you know, the team need to be rewarded and start again. It's just the injury to Timms that's seen the change forced.
Well, it looked like a sore one for Georgia Hunter. Maybe just jarred her wrist or her shoulder as she went to ground there.
Yeah, she looks in a bit of discomfort there. They'll certainly be hoping that she's okay to continue because she's been some player for them this season. She's been such an important player at the back for them, so absolutely they will not be wanting her to go off this pitch.
Hunter le puchtige Chinestay. I guess I emotion of the Lake Alcalar. Hardy Chinestay the cool look. I guess Daniel Shaw coined Matt son Georgia Hunter. Yeah, it doesn't look good for Georgia Hunter, Claire, and that's the last thing Eva O'Lead will want, to lose her captain so early in the game.
Yeah, it's actually hard to tell at which point she's injured her shoulder. You know, it was a strong challenge by Hardy, but then she seems to land awkwardly on it as well. And as you said, she's still down at the minute, so it's not looking great for her. She won't want to lose her here because I think the defence, on the whole, have done well throughout the season. Yeah, they've maybe had their games where they've not been so great, but you know, they've been pretty consistent, so you want to keep that, particularly in the last 5 games, or the last run of 5 games coming up.
I guess Shamar Hachada Dish. Yeah, I'm thinking the car stock and a gloon. Yeah, I think she'd maybe rocked her knee, maybe there as well. So that's another part of the problem.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're looking at her knee just now as well, which is even worse if she's injured both.
Well, the obvious change would maybe just to move Emma Brownlee back to centre back, and they'll obviously talking there to Jess Husband, who can come in and on that right hand side. Maybe that's the change they're thinking of.
It would be. Emma Brownlee's got a lot of experience, she's pretty versatile, so she would slot back in there quite comfortably. And Husband, when she has played, she's been playing well for them, so it makes sense to me.
And if this is a serious injury, as we suspect it might be, the stretcher coming on, Claire, it's such devastating news for Georgia Hunter with the first cup final in the offing, and she could be ruled out of that if this is as serious as it looks.
She could be. You can see how upset she is. You know, it's something you don't want to see happen to any player, and particularly, as you said, given that it's her first cup final coming up. But you know, hopefully after tonight and they assess it tomorrow, hopefully it's not as bad as first thought.
Well, for sure, big anúne. I guess hashin kilo gevel staat go die jam gevolle zich. En is secure mag begit dat de hier trut. Is goed zo met. I guess bis na dag as na gela. Bulle getone. En vegen die zie je so is spesiale tour more te give our lead kuche met al gaal de skipper dat je. Get I cannot in kilo rille as skipper. Je moet er ach Georgia Hunter de wie goed mag sy'n 3 pli yna. Iddo fe sio chai ddasio the Casson. Well, at least that's something clear, that she doesn't want the stretcher. She wants to walk off under her own steam.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that she's up and she's trying to walk, obviously she's still in a lot of discomfort. You can see that she's struggling to walk. You know, she's needing the support, but it's great the fact that she doesn't need the stretcher.
Sometimes when you jar your knee like that, it does settle down, but you can't risk playing on with it.
No, you see how many knee injuries happen, particularly in the women's game.
Yeah.
It's something you just don't want to risk. And I think if there's any doubt at all, she has to come off. It has to be assessed properly. At the end of the day, we need to look after the players.
Wel, bys na dochas na chalach o donas of our coiat, agus gybyd asio gawn únia, agus a sy'n y cylach y darach y ros yn y mewnach y, Emma Brownlee y tŵstio mydd asgan o lein y gian, agus Jess Husband y chi'n ed. Oedd y laif iesh mi an y pathge. Docherty, so is the lein go Arnott. McLaughlin Gairi the deuce, agus brogan heen is atje moeie the line. Stig in the VI. Liv McLaughlin. Cornet. Hardy. Wel, hier de twee bij vechen die Jano, sin vechen die houden te gelijk gestuurd. Lockwood, Junamaka, eine fall af, agus pick and room a show ak Mooney e Duval. Weinig go Ashko husband hier, hoe rechtje van ik van de pingy. Agus Lockwood tolletje zat er sheach gegaan. Coach Tol like Katie Lockwood, he distance it St Arts. Cathy Hill, Kiri Duavas, the show at Howard. Gerizoli, Christian Keenach go la baula de keeper dat gemacht, Chela Vakresha Rangers. Carly Gerizoli. Georgia Hunter, Chinge, I guess, and Claire with Georgia Hunter off. It puts more onus on Carly Gerizoli, who had a good game at Hampden, so she has to assume a bit more responsibility in a more central position now.
That's it, as you said, she's moved in centrally now. She needs to command that defence and take control. Our team are going to need that because, as you see, Rangers are probably going to dominate a lot of the ball tonight. So, and a lot of the balls go wide and crosses into the box, cut back. So she's really going to need to take command in there.
Charlotte Parker Smith, Fala Avacha, Chile Gadash, Cara Grant, Sheila, and Hennemak Rangers. Finished Hokutmach the Hearts of Miana Pathke. Cornet took his soul for a violation. So she caught him. The Monica for side the Gutch, we pick it out. Cornet did cast for this Jack Savinia Kirash. Husband, Baltra, I guess, Essen, Chinamach, Julie Kidashishin. Keep Mooney, at the Jora, Paul the Hokals. Was in de vier die stad te gedaan waar we chillen willen maken Rachel McLaughlin. Hart zit er jaren greepig vatten en je ziet een week hier, wij zijn ook al van een goed. McCleary, Juice Killen doet het McLaughlin, wie is het voor Aston Villa? Mag go Docherty. Suvrip is aan Rangers. Karim Shaw, click it down a fuchtig suas. Al meneer Kafaka, Kafaka, Docherty, Paul Legal. Arnott, Duval, hij is Sintje, Roard, de San Hardy, hij is de macht in Druplach. Charlotte Parker Smith, kan de macht in de Noord, denk ik, van een goed. Kientje Kelly, dat wel goed shot. Hill, Martinier. Howard gaat goed gemaakt. En is Brownlee skippel goed. En Duval. Docherty, Kiri Koos het eindje. Cleary Teddiction Shinach Ironach also the line is Adigal Chidach go Jerizoli. Cornet Gargaronka Gastella Count of the Ish. I guess well, give me Orstanach. Kirsten hebben te Chili gedaan voor cool line het hier. Dus maar gewoon je schuldig tagje de welke spoorsel. Over in de bas, zo'n hunter aan de slie en de sheerste dan op. Maar die handel hier in Australië, maar ik ga Lashke Wal die in Ischia, die gaat zo eens gehandeld hier die bal traag, niet je Lockwood, echt McLaughlin zodat. So important for Rangers to get Rachel McLaughlin back. She adds that just bit of balance to that back three.
Yeah, she does. I certainly think Catherine House suited more centrally. I think she gives a lot more there. You know, she got a bit more pace in Medag as well. And McLaughlin, you know, she can go forward, she can overlap, and she can underlap, which I think they were missing when she wasn't in the team.
Maar ik guess show je wie mag doen je voor. Je moet je Rizzoli fijn gaan zien. We gaan hier Nuringi fijn zeggen het handelen gaan Nuring. Cornet. Heel hard iets in Kuddertje, Morsen Kaka like McLaughlin. Karma bouwlige de Sheikh, die is McLaughlin. De Sheikh het Paulus Jerizoli Sarante, die is. Is goed maken zo'n twee poschen. Lizzie Arnott. Zijn een al loyaal shot, daar live zo'n signeer, kiesje kwelig. Berg ook al aard, doon, is vatte, stigen en voksen. Hill, Cornet. Is Kaag, de veer. Hoe het Hill, wat de kaneel, ik zeg het volley. At the toll of Ashin. I guess Chelsea Cornet, hoe het Hill. De lead met Hill, de Sun Rangers. Smeeke doe shit zoe geraten shit. Once again, Claire, Chelsea Cornet, I think that might have taken a deflection on the way in, but she's so confident at the moment. She's willing to take on those long-range shots, and what a hit this was again.
It's a fantastic hit, as you said. It definitely takes a deflection, which she won't be caring at all. It's a great delivery in by Liziana, and it actually comes from Rachel McLaughlin being so positive and taking her man on is how they win the corner to start with. But great delivery in here. Yes, they clear the initial ball, but it breaks the Chelsea corner. She's only got one thought here, and it's shooting. She connects with it so well. Yes, she gets the luck of the deflection, but actually, I think it might have been going in anyway.
Kathleen McGovern, leis suag le count, putting you chumalamach, so the Kushi bow, stegen at the end. I guess Cornet le Tull, le Shach of Tull, Yena days and Aikisha. Stay Frickelcha, card Sabornach do that. Frickelcha dash. Well, McGovern was culpable at one end, and she almost made amends immediately.
She did. They get in there. When they win the ball, Hearts, they're trying to go direct before Rangers can get back into shape. And you see the ball through there by Lockwood into Forsyth, who finds her. You know, she gets the ball away from her feet either side at Essen, but she just can't seem to get the composure to get it into the corner.
McGovern, the Hoshik Celtic, Mr. Gloshiko, SC Sand, Sigera Mulch, Morsen, the Chile, Gadashko Hearts. I guess species on Genesuas is on Verach Kerenisha, a Kia Tull. Hier Tull, the Vikima Kutsumaks and Cameron and it skip a set the distance set. Again, the Giddig, Bound Tull, Kidor of Lockwood. He's Ronishin, Bound Tull, Kidor of Jane Ross. Some again, McGleagus and Rangers. Gaka Hoon of once again, Miller and McGovern. Ida Chlar, the Hearts and Aikishin. A Cornet, Uadilla, Agus Hardy, Listen Tull, Biglee, the Gamshin. Shin. Daar het is hij decent and Chelsea Cornet in the Tull line and now Hearts is the league. Mooney. Misschien Stinja Kanui. Essen, Tjech, Kuhn, Guye. Lachlan, Paul Nazache, Baldy as the rod, Handley, agus Forsyth, sin skippelt eitere. Parker Smith, Machko, Brownlee. Mooney, agus Givisha, Cogan a Duval. Can room show Lizzie Baldy. Bal licha kunnatach voor Forsyth, dat is van Jackley echtje. Brownlee vastgeren, zijn kutje. Husband. Bal niet een slag voor Mooney, hij daart zich dan druppeltje goed. McCleary, Dalkowaar, hij is fijn survey. Corus Leach Lee trying to get late. I guess the duel is in for Chelsea Cornet. Like Kuchuk Kathleen McGovern. Because Rangers Edanshach. Keinig Hearts lay aardig the Sparagor. Skipper Dachke. Georgia Hunter Dolge. Le triplets like Loonish in the Smoonian. Is Paul and Moon. Charlotte Parker Smith. I Chiliki. The Cornet of the Shin. Smith Kachuth Galat, Kadish, well, McGovern to the Madrop, so no hill, Blishug, Doherty, Duval, McLaughlin, Galaroon, Savalchip, McLaughlin, Countess Hardy, Haggis, Zoli, fine Puchtig, Vokulishin. Zuli, zie je vergaderen. Monica Forsyth, she's with the vowel, wat ga je fijn Aslish. It's a good recovery from Monica Forsyth, wasn't it?
I think she'll kill on she meant that, to be honest.
Mooney, vijgen die gronke schiers leprodig. I guess Blishtiga McGoverns, Monica Forsyth, ach wat. Arach mian ag Richard McLaughlin sin a vinnic. Yes, Forsyth as as, Kira Grant Jurka, Skielige Mach, Cleach na Pathach and Finishinus and Hearts, Cathy Hill. Was het de stig aan Elia Kaartskaal, Kemen en Mora. Nach Statka Gadoris Einish. Mach van a line Chian en door in te hard Praga, dat je Paul, gemat tuurlijk ja, Shin voor Grant. Husband de viechen die grey mijne dat natuurlijk mijn vader Nicky Doherty Duval. Cleary in een maatje. Gavier Gahowit. Hardy Gairi de Duce. Is Lizzie Arnott Suri Duval. Couldn't not the shots and Hearts tonight. Chimical of Emma Brownlee. Arnott Jen room gain. She did the hard bit there, Claire. She jinked inside, just couldn't get the effort on target.
Exactly. I mean, how many of them has she scored? You probably put money on her to score there once she gets to half a yard away from Brownlee, but she just gets under it and it's over the bar. But again, just shows you the danger.
See Arnott, that's gonna skip it. Tansach genoch, gonna save the Sahag Joe Potter, the who scored a kick if we in a hurricane Shinayano. Arts viechen die goedje mag van een goede shot. Hardy is kaag gepuchtig zoals dat is aan Hanley en Ocean in de Hartje de Rangers. Hey, stikken McCleary. Is bal de Gudic Wuipesje. McLaughlin, Tarsenko, Docherty, Kivil Room, Marahag, Arnott, Edival, Docherty, Lentalora, Suesco, the Vokse, Howitt, Tundyk, Machko Arnott. Howitt, Hokalestis, Brogan Hay, Chinus Devon a Cleig. You could see where the intent was there. You could see Brogan Hay making the run in off the wing, but Parker Smith read it well.
She did. She comes out early off her line and gathers. You can definitely see the intent of what Rangers are trying to do, but I think the build up to that play, you actually see, you know, Hardy, McCleary and Hay just standing in the box. You need to move. You need to give the player on the ball something to hit.
Die buchtige dash gaan leeg heen. Docherty toch de game met Ashketol i Duval. Brownlee, Hein Suagus ga gronkige dash. Waldy. Handley, chauffeur de Visha Shias drip megedig naar je gaat ook al van een goal, lag is er is. Hij kon nog toch een beetje aan zijn, maar hij wil bullig erop zich. Waarin de Rangers de bijna zich hij Kudic, McCleary. Jerizole is Calcio op de schuur, die voet ik in het touw gaat in ka. Hoort je vallen af. Wat goed maakt. En is een oorzaak naar Cara Grant de ene mag. Mooney. Amy gelost het naar Sloy en naar Shinside de go dash. Going met Brownlee. McGovern, Duval, zo is de lijnen. Nog in te lock worden gemeld tegen gaan Noring. Grant doing on trickspel. Miene Parker, Kumal, Hearts. They do like to play it out from the back, Claire, but a couple of times they've been caught out, and that puts more of an onus on the likes of Cara Grant to try and mop up.
It definitely does, and you know, you've just taken the words out of my mouth, to be honest. I've just been thinking that the last couple of times, particularly when Rangers are pressed up so high. I know that they want to play football, but there's a time and place to do it, and you just need to play over the press at that point.
Jerizole de Taring Suas gaan een nieuw session. McLaughlin le Hay de Vermoeie, Shin Farlatol. Norinje gal Chimical, en daar die Handley, Shin Giano toch gaan wijnen. Dat krijg je de Gumal She kept it in that time, she went to the line clear, but just seemed to be lacking full conviction.
Yeah, exactly. It was as if she was thinking about whether she was going to take her on or not, decides to then do that, and then the ball almost runs out. But there, you know, at the end of the day, she has been matched well, but you want to get her to take it on and then try and get a touch across her to try and take the defender out of the game, and then it gives her a better position to cross from.
Two position at the Brogan Hay is Ari Handley. Look at the Dolka cards. Goed shot på de Rangers hadden de bouwlutje Dash, de McCleary. En is Coyle, Grant, de Dash is skippelig is de Volkse. Liv McLaughlin, ja, vallig in je hart, bouwlijn, de vallen van Gunnart, Rio Hardy, Kachumala Tolsenish. Jess Husband, Jurka Vrakig, zo is gaan lee, Rangers. McLaughlin, Duval, Suez Coheed, traps it, vegen de fijne vallen van Waldy. Again, clear that, just take it for a run to the byline, try and cut it back. That was just a half-hearted hit and hope.
Yeah, and it's as if Rangers are actually leaving Brogan Hay out there in a 1v1 situation to allow her to take her player on. But she just seems a little reluctant. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I think she would be getting a lot more success if she makes her mind up as the ball's coming to her that she's just going to take the player on.
Sure, Caramel at the Rangers get that. Die is Jerizole. Serrante de Fas. Go the Voxe. McLaughlin le Hay the cool look. Hij kan ik wie in de oor torre. McLaughlin en Afiach in de Shiniano. McLaughlin en Sanika Suur Magedig voor Handley. Cyn Kirsty Hewitt, smach Karstein a dy sy'n ach gefat dy satag ysdiach. Rangers going to cwyd dy sy'n hyd hwylach gyda Chelsea Cornet. Just yn minnes ni mor sy'n gan hyd leid ac als Cornet y ddys y blistio go ydw focs. Lockwood, ddys chadw di ffala fa, agos safol o'i ma. Go Parker Smith, Lizzie Arnott, fa sy'n hwys arts yn osiem ar y pen o lawan like Parker Smith. Again, they failed to clear the lines here, Claire, and it falls to Lizzie Arnott. That's going into the postage stamp, but it's a great stop from the keeper.
It's an unbelievable save from her. She gets across so well, but it just shows you, see, when they actually take a shot and they're getting opportunities, at times I feel as if they're trying to walk it into the net.
Lachlan, well, I know some cheer shot. So is hard to near much, I guess, first son Parker Smith.
Taking my comments about shooting too literally there, Nick Dock.
It's another chance to look at that save. Du Havely around that lava the vow to Michael the first. McGovern, Stries on a wheel, me in the park is Gachal. Arnott stick a crew, Jess husband. McLaughlin, go Hardy. Muni, Sue Gapunya, the ball, a Hashin and Lockwood the Huru. Misschien de hele Cheva Kiri Jano Shin. Go Yannick Sue Magedic. Handley Krakadanica for hey, I can't with all the develop. Cleary. The you Jano let Howitt. So there's only a Dolcolar, I guess the first one here in a Brownlee in the cool look. Jana Gavern Nagaki. Marke Forsyth the goal of Mool van a live yesh, vegen die eine Saas game. Nog vast. Dus de Garnet schöne Jahre gemacht. Grant, the eerst laatst het gejaren son Hardy gemal hoe het put. Game come up this shit. Rizzoli, passing Gawaldi. Awkward. Garcia Dash. Terug. Politieke jaren draast terug Sue in een de Waalhard. Aldi. Harounje. Die is jij kan het kale geloos dat maar kan je wacht je terug Waal of lig je Chieder go heen. Zeer goed chance had Gunnar de bal legaal. Rangers de guts roepen. Zitten McLaughlin Shaw skuurlijk gemaakt aan de duur willen. Een bal op pas achter Nicky Doherty en Ruud Karska voor de vallen van Gunnar de Lecaun. Skill keep you up here by Joe Potter. De brok en halfstok gedaan. McLaughlin. Al vatten. Is het eerst in de Gian Harts gehedektion te Vienna Path Rangers. 4 UCL de moon. Arnott. Crossele Chinestay. Agus magéide good Jerusalem Falavas say Falach in Ocean could you prepiach in Europe. Well, Hearts, Mac Kukul had rasted to cool. All that needed was a simple shout from the goalkeeper just to leave it, take the pressure off them, but they're at 6s and 7s at the back there, Hearts.
Yeah, they look a wee bit nervous when the ball's coming into the box, and as you mentioned before, they're not clearing their lines properly. It just looks all a wee bit shaky and nervous. Just right there, as you said, the goalkeeper just needs to communicate, and that's safely into her hands.
You feel at the moment Eva Lead would be quite happy just to get them in at 1-0 and just to reset.
I think so, because I think they're making the wrong decisions. Just like here, you know, I think when they should be going long, they're playing short, and vice versa. And I think there is opportunities there for them if they can get the decision making right.
Drastic attack, Rangers scola here, Dara to line. Logan Hay, mag look at that current count, Vishnu Kadrasto, Falaking. Much of a huge line, I won a geleden cool McLaughlin, so I shouldn't kill fame. Richard McLaughlin, Chile Gadash again clear. Richard McLaughlin's looking for Brogan here to offer a ball down the line, and she's almost behind her.
Yeah, she seems to be dropping in, doesn't she, to get on the ball rather than going in behind. I mean, her strength is running, she's so quick. I've yet to see somebody that can match her when she's going full pelt.
As the Arnott Jannashari Divela, that's the top. Trips it, have room like Brogan here. We go. Cheers the line it. Garagastite. The ish dash. Good cornet. Drops it. Docherty go Arnott. Michele Parach Mishnich get the hat. It's been to Chinama. Drop it. Nice. With Chin. Picking your noel for Hearts. Kate Mooney, the Tolkawar. Cathy Hill, which is the cool looks. With Chin. Survey the Hearts. Picking his code minute and Yannick at lay that up. So the ish Paul Kanama session. You can't legislate for that wastefulness. Take a couple of seconds and find someone.
It's just proving the point I made just a matter of minutes ago about the decision making. They just seem too frantic on the ball when they're trying to clear the ball, but they need to take a minute and breathe and realise what's in front of them, what the picture in front of them is, and what the best decision making is. But they can only do that if they start talking to each other as well.
Father can get a shin of Giraffe Smons and a Daltro engine Eva lead the Odden Pathke Duval. Amy at the vicious doodle Hunter. Jack is the paper shin poor, you click it down, not a Hadis that the skipper after. Amy at Chinook as an engine. Has to be game set. Torunia clean to Chelsea corner to Grady Brogan Torunia cut. The Ishai Ronach go dash. Lachlan Tarsing Docherty, Juhu to the Broke, Marco Arnott, Jason the Cup of Mai Duval. McLaughlin. And here at last attack, she's the Hamden age of the Aching. Oh, McLaughlin again. Big into hand session. Rachel the well, Smoon you had. Coram Nefania, Horse the Rangers, Achanorshan, McLaughlin, Galat. I think the referee tried to play some sort of advantage there. He knew the challenge was not a legal one, but then he pulls it back.
That's it. You know, you try and play advantage where you can. It's not a serious injury. So he tries. Rangers don't get the break of the ball, so he pulls it back.
Lockwood. There's Mooney. Channock. Clue with McLaughlin. Hill. Juhu Varnett. Marco Docherty Acha. Hearts of the gut, Shea Duval. Lockwood. Brownlee the cooler. A shot of this Chigadashko Rio Hardy. Kachuma Suas Fay the Tash Kashinachin will have it at the cooler. Yes, an Orson will cornet me and the packet. Hey, McLaughlin Kairi de Vermoeie, Shin Farlato, Genoorsen start, Maatje Kutje Georgie, agus McLaughlin Jenema, Dolchidach Golawan, Parker Smith. Again, the ball is just thrown out of play.
I know, it's so bizarre, and I think they will be getting a talking to at half time just about how wasteful they are being with the ball, because generally they are quite good with it. I don't know what it is tonight, but they're just being so wasteful.
Do you think they've been unsettled by that injury to their captain? Sometimes that can affect players, but you just have to put it out of your mind.
It can do, yeah. It can throw your game plan when you're thinking you're going to set up a certain way, and that changes. But as you say, the game goes on, so you need to learn to deal with it.
Rangers vegen die Praag halen de Shin. Hey. McLaughlin. Agus hey, dies gaan jullie. Hey, de klachtig in de zaal en de dies gaan jullie. Binnen Kivuilat. Binnen hier te goede warka kan ik. Zie de gelezen zijn een noenje. Stuur dat George Hunter je. Via de cherra we gaan de naar goed gaan wie. Al gemoor die koog manager. Grant. Kalsmach je doe je goed. Moesten husband vegen die fijn kunnen vastig je heen. Cathy Hill, Tarsing, Jaylikidish. En als moest een Kate Mooney het zien van goede lijnen zien, prachtig. Het al zo is naar hij de val. En hier nog, krijg ik geen, en je liefst kunt te goed. Nog moest het maar zo, kan je doen, is mij jachtje dat een wordt een gekarste daar naar die. Kormaas de kaart fijn dat als je een game. Rangers coint gemaakt corner, lees je nu de laagje van Chelsea Cornet. Ik ken niet het. Game zagen de week. Victoria Essen, Juhu wat houdt. Juhu schiet er heen. Agus Rio Hardy maar is king. Agus broken heen. Wel, ze. Poaster de vachen. Jerabek wie koik minutje na waardig kijken ik. Jedig. Hier late. Smith, zoals Goliath Slee, Cornet, Streep, Scavinnick Senior, agus Norsen, Lucia past a lot. Go McCleary. Forsyth. Je kan die open zoals go handelen. McCleary, Scavinnick, Idash. McLaughlin. Wel, je gaat er vier, je gaat er en je stunt je roeien stijgen, het cool lijnen. Beetje McLaughlin ter zoel te Karoshu. Hoe het in de zalen. Parker Smith, Joe Havelig echt geschakeinig. De gescoren van Smissen, de Hearts met de passion. Hier gaat een kutje mooi te spelen, Lizzie Waldation. Uit de weer de bal dat je nog aanzag. Heel gewil Rangers toch, maar hoe is de kans in de paadje? Al die Crystal Palace. Hier is een assassin. Hier was ik een vergelijk. Naar de Vinnick Hearts. Oké, Stikkel Howard. Kuna te shot, Hardy dash go het. Agus game Joe Emsi va kera grant te dies. Hokutsumach. As een zeer geen shin. McLaughlin. Is Jack go Waldy. Emi Shaw los het look het daar. En die is maar doen was de shin. Waldy het voedig heel laat. Agus Shinrud Magyedig of his heart secure clicket at Gian Ella at the Gorstach. New Hardy of Own. And ik stay the Coolig. And Sklachig at the Cool. Coolig and Erprint. Gorst. Nach Lizzie Waldy Rash. At the Casson. Be Tolichkil Sinfashkid Liunia. Drop past the ish. Monica Forsyth of a massive game at Camden. Arnott, Edival, vegen de Jadara Turline to Rangers Rolle Union. Ali Girazoli, Jinama. Cornet. Vegen de Gluchje to Gish, I guess. Mooney, as the Rantara. Skeleet Union waar die is Arne te de Goltranje. Paul Tarsing of Oxevik. I guess Waldy. Kabul gevallen. Jemme de week Lizzie Arne te de live vlees on Rangers en nog game in je raad. Moet je kunnen te gullen te de zij fijn in de val. Toch wel korm aan hem geschoten. Segeert lee. De Sun Hearts. Waldy Kiri Addison Hanley Akal Allard counts to Mooney McLaughlin come out Sula the shin McCleary Striesach yes put into Hanley op getroink McGovern husband Shundaga Falavo Arnott could Paul Trast they had a washke dessen I was toch get a shin and caught him Magedig Yanele Sun Hearts Essen Kosk Chicken Feo Kasadoki about Capex to be Orisha Game of Good Ashkatol Yes Galunya Alice McSana Rachel the Likala Show Kumalatola Ha the Kiet late horse Cocown I guess Rangers to the Stronian Einet Hoshach, noon till yen game, you can show a chin but Chelsea Cornet Herb, but to the Muya Vokes, who is Suag, Far Kathleen McGovern, I guess in Worston, Charlotte Parker Smith, Le Savoli Ma, Hakumala score, Ak Tull Kignoni, Ak Leunia, Shoak Broadwood Maha, Jechanu Tull, et and Skippy and Rangers to Hoon, Hart Signoni.
Tapleitse Gajera Alec as well, maar hoe join hen Rangers. Punik hun Kignoni en Hart, ik lee Hunje is shot aan de komen en alt, ik Broadwood, I guess wel even back. Het draaste voor een jolige Claire Gemel ha called them so het draaste heen Claire, we can hear from you now. We didn't manage to hear from you at the end of Glasgow City Celtic, but yeah, the opening 45 minutes here, Rangers going in at half time 1-0 up. Your overall thoughts on the first 45 minutes?
I think, as expected, Rangers have dominated the ball. I think, in all honesty, I think Hearts need to have a talking to probably because they're pretty frantic on the ball, off the ball. I think they're creating a lot of their own problems. It's not as if Rangers have cut them open in any way. And then when they're going forward, for me, I feel as if they're just choosing the wrong option when they should be going long, they're going short and vice versa. So I think for them, it's a lot of things they could fix for the second half. But, you know, it's some finish by Cornet and in terms of the play, they've probably dominated that, deserved the chance. But, you know, it's only 1-0 at this point, so anything can still happen in the second half.
Well, you mentioned the goal there from Chelsea Corner. Let's have a look at it now. And it was from a corner, but it was fairly fortuitous because it did get a nick in the end of Kathleen McGovern.
I mean, it did, but again, as I mentioned in commentary, I actually think it happens from the positive play by McLaughlin initially to win the corner, which I don't think for me they're doing enough of. But anyway, they get the corner, and it's a great delivery in, and it falls to Cornet at the edge of the box, who right now is a scoring machine for Rangers, to be fair, big moments and big games. And she's only got one thing in her mind, and she hits it cleanly. I think if the Hearts player's not in the way, I think it's going in. I think just the power on it is beating Parker Smith, but she gets the fortune of the wee knock on and it goes in, and it's 1-0 to Rangers.
So that one went past Charlotte Parker Smith, but Lizzie Arnott didn't manage to get it past her heel. What a save this was from Parker Smith, wasn't it? And I suppose this shows why she is in the team of the season.
Yeah, definitely. I think she's been great for Hearts this year, and again, as you said, proving her worth. Again, Arnott, one thing in her mind here is to shoot. She gets it out her feet. We've seen her put these in the net numerous times, and she gets herself across. So much power on it, and just to push it round the post, it's a fantastic save.
From a Hearts point of view, what will Eva Ole be saying in there? Because, like you were saying, they've been just giving away chances. It's not like Rangers have been carving them open.
No, and I think that's exactly it. I think they're just causing a lot of their own problems, and I think she'll be saying that to them. At the end of the day, they are a good footballing team, but they've probably not shown enough of that tonight. Yeah. Certainly not for me. I think I can only think of one really decent passage of play they had before McGovern had that shot that she put wide. So I think she'll be wanting more of that, and it's just about their decision making, but they need to talk to each other on the pitch, and you just can't be wasteful with the ball when you get it, because Rangers do dominate a lot of games.
And very gutting for them as well to lose Georgia Hunter too. But we'll chat about that in a moment or two. But thank you for now, Claire. So now the shacking maha sa game shot hashing guvi a cleanjin vote che ha the fear van tasen to the Rangers. Lucia shaw astounding as good well ha hunya aikisha call the Rangers is court to the Karika shaw. Shaw give maha Rachel Rowe. So Rachel, a lovely sunny day here in Glasgow. Firstly, can you sum up your first season with Rangers so far?
I think exciting, something completely new for me, and yeah, it hasn't failed in that excitement. And then obviously with the split, I've never been involved in something like this, so yeah, it's been challenging the last few weeks to play obviously high competitive games every week, you know, multiple times a week. So yeah, it's been good.
Your time at Reading, that's where you got your first semi-professional and professional contracts, so you must reflect back with a lot of fondness about your time there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was a massive part of my career, and it was the reason why I became a professional, and they gave me the opportunity, and I have a lot to be grateful for the club, and I think I gave the club a lot back, and I think, you know, that just ended as things end. But yeah, amazing. I mean, to be the age I was when I was given the opportunity to go semi-pro, I was 22. I'd just come back from breaking my leg and got back into the national setup, and things really took a upwards trajectory when actually inside I was kind of giving up the dream of playing football. I had just completed an apprenticeship in the Welsh Government. I was given a job there, and it all came at once, and it was a head and heart decision.
And you moved here from a club where you were at for a number of years. So how has that changed for you, moving country and of course moving club?
I think it was a well-needed change. One of the reasons why I came up was for that change, and I don't think it was so much to find my love for football again, but it was getting a bit monotonous. Obviously being in a team where we did take a steady decline in the last few years of being there, and I think coming somewhere where, you know, you are seen as one of the top teams, and it was going to be competitive, and I had in my eyes that winning some silverware and being successful as well, which I haven't been in, you know, playing for the team I did for a number of years.
Moving then to Rangers, how did all that come about?
Obviously Reading got relegated. I still had a year left on my contract, but would have taken me up to 9 years being at the club. And just a lot had changed, and I think a lot had changed in me as well with what I wanted. I'd always stayed in contact with Jo after she retired, because obviously we played together there. And then this came up and we spoke about it, and I think it was a little bit of a shot in the dark to start with. And I wasn't really entertaining the idea when Jo first mentioned it to me, because I just thought, you know, I didn't want to be so far away from home. But yeah, I think the more I kind of sat with it and I thought about it and what opportunities it would have, you know, it would bring me, and I just thought, why not? Like, why wouldn't I? It's something that I think this is where I want Wales to get to, and this is my honest answer. I want Wales to get to a position where they can have a league like Scotland and progress. I think I did it with Reading. I went to England, and it was when it suddenly boomed. And I can see that in Scotland. That's where it's going. It's on an upwards rise. And that's what I wanted to be a part of, to see the different stages of. I've seen it with the English setup, now I'm seeing it with the Scottish setup, and I hope in future, in the next decade or so, that happens in Wales as well.
I want to ask you about Jo Potter. You mentioned that you played with her previously at Reading, and now you're playing under her here at Rangers. So how's the relationship with her?
Yeah, like the relationship with Jo has always been really good. It was at Reading. I like the way she demanded standards, and you know, if you weren't given 100%, it wasn't good enough. And I think she's brought that into her management as well, and I knew she would be successful because of the way she was as a player. She was really keen on detail, and she wanted to be the best version of herself, and she would do some outrageous things sometimes, and would pull them off. And she wants you to be free and expressive, and I like that about her, and I like playing with her as my manager. But another thing, she's just a really good people person as well. Like, she cares. And I think that's the foundations of a club, you know. You have to care about the person first before the footballer.
The cup final win, how good a moment was that?
Yeah, immensely proud. Like, that's the only word I can think of, the pride I felt, the pride for the girls. I had my two brothers there watching, one of them couldn't come unfortunately, but yeah, I went up to see them after we won it, and yeah, I had tears in my eyes. It was just an amazing occasion for them to be a part of, and to kind of give something back to them as well. I think everybody does football for different reasons, but I feel like I make myself proud by doing it, but also I like to bring other people pride. And it's just to give something back to them for all of the sacrifices and things that they did when I was younger and couldn't get places. Right, jump in taxi of my brothers. It was never a taxi, it was always like, we'll make it work. So they gave so much to me to get me to this position. Obviously it means so much to all of the girls, and I'm learning what the culture is up here, and what it means, you know, big rivalries, and I've learnt, and I'm still learning those things, but to see how much it meant to everybody else, I think was special as well.
And one thing you have brought to this side is goals and assists. Any particular one that stands out for you this season?
Oh, I enjoyed the cup final one. It was just a typical goal of mine if I look back, and you know, it was just a brilliantly executed set piece by everybody. But it was a nice feeling to put that one in on such a, you know, such a big occasion, and my first final up here. So yeah, that was nice. I think that was my favourite one so far.
Sin gaibh maha agus nach roi ma bhí fáin corm a bhí clíonjin bhó Rachel Rowan hen ché a haidh a henneamachach mar unsinna cluichitarin na season an san SWPL a hun an thésan sa agus well Claire Genomol Colladum sa drasta. Claire, it's a great hearing from Rachel there, and a player who has really lit up the SWPL this season, hasn't she?
I think she's been fantastic. She's been fantastic for the squad. I think she's been fantastic for the league. She's just an all-round brilliant player, I think. You know, she's got goals in her, she can drive at players, she's got great feet. She must be an absolute nightmare to play against, to be honest. But, you know, she's fantastic, and it's great to see players like that getting attracted to the league. And
she is shortlisted for Player of the Season in the SWPL. Is she up there for you as maybe the standout?
She is, and you know, and I think all the nominees are worthy of being there, but for me I think she's been influential in this side in the league this year, so I think for me she's a favourite. And she might come on in the second half as well, we'll see what happens. But let's reflect back then on game number one. Like I said, it was a quick turnaround between the two games, but let's reflect on the goals in the game. It was 2-2 it finished between Celtic and Glasgow City, and I suppose, Claire, Glasgow City got off to the perfect start through Hayley Lauder. Yeah, they did, and as we said, you know, at half time, it's a great drive into the box here, fired across, and the goalkeeper can only get a hand on it, and it's a tap in for Lauder, and a great start for City. And then of course Celtic came back. It was a slow start from them, of course, but very fortuitous there, obviously coming back off the post off Lee Gibson. But Celtic then, this was a crucial goal, wasn't it, right before half time, and this one was definitely Caitlin Hayes, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a fantastic finish from her. She's been doing it all season. It's a great delivery into the box, and she's leaning back the way but gets her head on it and directs it into the goal, and it's such an important goal for them, as you said, right before half time.
And this is Charlotte Wardlaw equalising for Glasgow City. Her first goal of the season, and you wouldn't know what composed finish.
Yeah, it was a great finish again from her, but I think again it was brought on by Celtic and their mistake. But you know, City capitalised on it, they found her, and she kept herself composed into the box and slotted it into the corner.
Well, we can hear from the two managers from that game now. Agus well, Hudanach Adish, Hal an an Artri, Fachel Eid da manager, Klingishing Bo, Leanne Ross, Agus Kuchuk, Elena Sidiku.
Okay, Leanne, it went back and forth. How do you sum that game up?
It's a very difficult game. Really disappointed with the goals that we lost. Set play, we won them, and then I felt that the referee should have stopped the game when we had a player down for so long. But at the end of the day, we've got to defend the situation better. In terms of the reaction that we got after half time, really pleased with the team and the effort that they gave us to come back into the game, and I think we looked like we could have went on to win the game, if I'm being honest.
Elena, 1 point each, 2-2. How do you sum up the game?
Yeah, it's a game right now where I think that more disappointed because I thought we should have won. But obviously, when we don't score more or when we let in the 2-2 goal, I think we should never let in. We just do a terrible decision of how we let the goal in. It shouldn't be a goal. So, yeah, very disappointed right now.
Sin gaid maha na manager and Becca Naparaya Australia game sin either Celtic agus Glasgow City. Claire, very disappointed, Elena Sidiku there. I suppose neither manager, as we heard there, neither of them are happy after the result, but where does this leave things now at the top of the table?
Well, you know, obviously Celtic, even if Rangers win tonight, will still be top given their goal difference, so it still gives them the edge, I think, because it still puts pressure on Rangers to go out and beat Celtic in the next game. I think they have to beat them if they're wanting to get their hands on the title. I think it would be a massive game for them. So although Celtic will be disappointed in the fact that they have drawn with Glasgow City, I don't think it's the end of the world for them either.
Well, we can have a look at the league table just now, just to remind everyone at home how things are looking at the moment. And yeah, Celtic there, as we see, still top, as you mentioned, on goal difference. That's as it stands table. But it's teeing up that game next Monday just nicely, isn't it?
It's teeing it up perfectly at the minute. But, you know, you've still got 45 minutes to go here, so you can't speak too soon. But if it does stay the same, yeah, it'll be some game in a week's time, or less than a week's time, to see what's going to happen, because I think it will be a really important game to see who's going to lift that cup.
Elena Sidiku referenced the performance of her side there. Was it? Do you think it was an improvement on the game against Rangers on Saturday?
I think parts of the game were an improvement. I don't think the entire game was great from them. You know, I felt as if a lot of the second half in particular was quite scrappy. They took a bit of time to come into the first half. So no, I still think she'll be looking for it to be better. I think they can be better decision making. You know, you hear her speaking about the manner in which she lost goals that she's not happy with. So again, I think she'll be looking for another step up, particularly going into this Old Firm game on Monday. And
I suppose from a Glasgow City point of view, it's who knows where it leaves them really in the title race, Champions League spots, but it could have been a costly night for them in terms of players picking up injury. We saw Claire Walsh, we saw coming off, and one or two others as well. So yeah, potentially a very bad night for Glasgow City in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, certainly from an injuries perspective, you know, Hayley Lauder getting off in the first half, and as you say, Walsh as well. So it's unfortunate. You don't want to see that at all with any player. And potentially, you know, can they look at a Champions League spot? I think they'd need a few favours, if I'm honest.
Let's turn our attention then back to this game, and we spoke about it a moment or two ago, but Rachel Rowe getting some instructions, and not a bad player to bring on for the second half.
No, definitely not. You know, Hearts will be thinking that they don't want to see her coming on, because she just loves to drive at defences, and they don't know whether to step or whether to stay because her feet are so quick. So, you know, it's great for Rangers being able to bring her on, but for Hearts, they'll not be able to contend with her.
No, absolutely not. But Claire, thank you for now. Agus well Clongishing Barafo Claire. Tron Darnley Mar Savage ach well Marahishu Hashing Havo Jeshal is on a Darnley shot on the common and Altsmission Dash to Alec.
Mar an tan gyfinchel, ys gyda rwth begeda I fy'n clicid yn y cart sy'n gyri tar sŵl yn nôl sy'n fanchyn Rachel Rowe yn ymwys yn edd son o Darnley. Ys yn clicid yn y cart Dar y skipper mach torachgus yn diano son ffain y dash yn y games hau fadachking. Agus mae chi fas wrth ac yn ffwr at y fiach yn diat ein o chwmal bla y hosach ydy game. Reach ydy yn ys colering. Agus fed is ford ag ol sŵa sydd i fal. Brogan he hat ol ie. Agus wel feisio fan y frost bicacking sy'n chied lein ac roed yn y rofa. Sias y laif iesh. Brogan he ie Rachel Rowe ed. Gad y dwi'n man y dŵten Rachel Rowe. Clicket a tolig tio comasach. Agus mae'r ysnig gyda Hanadw. Gyda tacr y gwlad sydd eich yn dŵs. Clicket yn y blian y fynig. Kirsten McLean cwtioch gyda Henyamach i. Agus Mia Macaulay leip yn clicket a nog y shilting. Sydd o'ch o watches a Sesan ag Rangers sydd y fi. Agus y darlu iddo chwyd gydol. Lee Harts, Kate Mooney, could darlu go dol. Agus dasio the fawl y shot tune ac yma. Ach Cathy Hill could bwg as y rhan dor. Trwy ag ro i di fawl ach ska bwgtig y dash di fel. Cara Grant. Cwyd eisiau bawl ystod colwch. McGovern agus wel Essen. Gweld y fwy as yn ie. Well, we wondered what response we'd get in the second half from Hearts. Clear and an early signal of intent from them.
Yeah, it's a better start already. Good ball wide and then the delivery into the box. It's just a little bit too close to Essen, but the intent's there, as you say.
Emiat Giliori Yashini Yano. Doherty. Selena. There's Hardy. Bieg Arnott. Brownlee Surratt. Carragant. Gaan er een joppige maag gaan zien geschaun had het kussie aan ocean. How it wat je gefever het kutje kunnen de stadje. Yes. Al dat heel dag gemaakt sa plisje gesho go McGovern. See McGovern. Hij McLaughlin die vaal like is look at Gianna Rangers zal op. Ach McGovern het jonema Kevin Kadash. Monica Forsyth, Jason Yishi Yano. Yes. Diolch yn mwyd, mae gedig roedd ac yn lac. Essen diolch gael iddo sochgyd, agos Georgia Hunter. Rasio dy fengi a carts, quite marc y bwy sŵr fo fiant, June eich gasyn. Doch a June chor yn acheli bwlwch y donna iddo gorstach ys y fasyn ys mwynyn. McLaughlin. Yes, Dish, the Rangers Suez Safat. What do you make of that change at half-time, Claire? Rachel Rowe, we thought she'd come on at some point, but no surprise that as Brogan Hayder's gone off.
Well, Brogan's probably not had the best game tonight in terms of her standards, but you know, it could also be just to give her a bit of a rest. But bringing Rachel Rowe on, she's been such a great player, as I was saying there at half-time, for Rangers and for the league. And I think maybe Joe Potter's brought her on to try and drive at Hearts and try and maybe open them up a bit, because as we'd said in the first half, it's not as if they've managed to really cut Hearts open. A lot maybe came from their own mistakes.
Rachel Rowe, Gina Room geheen en mee aan de paard krijgen ze noorsen in de lekal. Le Girazoli te vermoeien volgens bij Rachel de keer die vachkel leeg look at the Gian Alcashot. Agus Kuchera Kashruya. Thought she might have maybe got away with a talking to there, Carly Girazoli, but the yellow card is brandished. Fair call.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she knows what she's doing there, doesn't she? She just wants to stop her, but that's exactly my point that I was talking about. Rachel Rowe picking the ball up, driving. She's making Girasoli make a decision. Is she going to stay or is she going to come? And she comes and makes the foul. Now they've got a dangerous free kick here in this position, and now she's on a yellow card for the remainder of the game.
Femi vi fanchilach san chor in the game, Carly Girasoli. As Rachel Rowe touch soon. Ed Nakora man Hashogi. Ishala Stega Navala. Cleary Edeval, Tolicha Shachain. Addison Hanley. Game with Ball Marha, Cornet. McLaughlin. Hardy. This Jew Chlucheshin. Which is Oli Janaki and Akangi. Falavuipa. McLaughlin. Drops it, Cogan get all the hearts. Zoli in the Lekala drops it. Yes, back on the Khanya spaghetti heen. He's real Hardy a shot. She gets the decision there, Clay, but she's getting herself a bit worked up. Carly Girasoli, she needs to calm down. She's on a yellow card.
That's it. You know, they're both feisty players. But yeah, it's something you don't want to get yourself involved in, particularly if you've just had a yellow card. You don't want to draw the referee's attention back to you.
Eva lead Polish Gilor, let's spin it and a quick it and the hilt and Tasha Hadarn the day. And we had Parach Yashini, you know, Girasoli, Suez, Gagner. Husband Ska Iri Tra Ska Ian Bo Brownlee. Husband, if you stop with Kumala Tola, Chili Gadashko, Emma Brownlee. Motion to Clukia, Monica Forsyth, Brownlee, Kumalora. Again, an opportunity wasted there. Between the three of them, they all had opportunities to get the ball into the box, but eventually they just run it out.
They do. It was almost well worked. I actually think Brownlee wanted the ball just slightly earlier there, and it's just a wee bit of miscommunication, but it's better than it was in the first half. At least they're getting the ball into good areas and they're actually connecting passes together.
Mooney, via the Kafa Kahud Edessen. Hardy, shown by a foul of a shot. I guess. Well, G. Cogan Kavian drops it. A reach of the Le Karshvuyela Mach. Karshvuye. Lizzie Waldy, who Shiva parring at Ash. She can't relieve any complaints there.
She can. It's a fantastic turn by Hardy. She uses her body up against Waldy and then just rolls her. And Waldy, she's away, so Waldy makes a decision to take her down. Gia
Shanna Clickett and Gianna Cart said Carson Puye. Laughlin with Docherty. Gaan die kan opbrengen, zo nog zijn. Docherty de cheval is daar. I guess Magie is fine. Docherty, via de pik en lacht en uit stoos de lijnen. Hardy, kijk er tegen de Vien. Rowe via in de fine, een keer Liv McLaughlin. There's Rowe, le cool Sal. Kirsty Hewitt, I guess Girasoli. That's a rod. Had a lovely bit of skill just to set that up. And a good block from Girasoli in the end.
It was a good block. It was an important block. She had to make it, otherwise it was a shot on target, and it's whether the goalkeeper can save it. But the vision there by Rose, unreal, just to get the ball into Howitt's feet to start with.
Waldy, Falaf, Suescott, Lockwood, Sheila, Hannah, skipping the play on it. Gia Shakarts is a skip ashin. And it's Docherty, skip will get you cool the Sun Rangers. Waldy, agus é the sal in the shot. McCleary the ball a gach for it, but how about the fave? Agus. Going at the Yale Shinner. Lizzie Waldy here, Claire, looks like she was wading in treacle. Just she couldn't get the ball away, and McCleary does well to nick it off her. Just couldn't get the ball across the Howitt.
Yeah, it's as if she doesn't realise how close McCleary is to nick the ball, but as you say, she can't get the bend in the ball into the box to find Howitt.
Arnott. Agus a China the Coolig, Hardy, cos a ball like is the Collach. Rachel Rowe, tuned up, fiechan the room again again. Agus Hardy is me gedig she, Cara Granta, skipper who dele, Son Hearts as the Vuxa. Hill. It's Doherty, Rowan and Doolman, Ag Rangers. McLaughlin, Mach and a Duval, and McCleary. Rachel Rowe, and we call it there. Howitt, I guess Hardy a favour stay. And although Hart started fairly promisingly in the second half, Claire, it's now all Rangers again, and they look the likelier side to get the second goal here.
They do. I think Rose made a massive difference coming onto the pitch. She's been everywhere since she's come on, even though it's only been 10 minutes. And I think she's causing havoc down there. She's pulling them apart really, and they're starting to find gaps.
Yes, had first nog gewillen bal het bestuur shot. Husband. I guess nog een bal is te maken jorig, maar kan die heel zwaar. Roundly, Dash go for side. Shin Mavo for side, Sagus Brownlee, skippel te vallen van McLaughlin. Aldi. Grantley Paul toch, is er een stuk over de Vokse. Blistje show Dash go Rio Hardy. The Arna to Divamuyi, ach Tunedikes dat al de magen die willen go Rachel Rowe. Cleary, dus Liv McLaughlin het puchtig zoes, van wie een paadje, Paul Laar Tassing achter Ash, Charlotte Panker Smith, Biersch. Covered, trying to match on the Elena. Lockwood, Dodash, and Elena Gian. Rangers told you to the ball, is the Hearts at your goal. McLaughlin, so you got Hardy. Yes, gewoon achter Visja McCunniff, husband het fell up. Hill, I guess McGovern and Orson, strijden McLaughlin ha, John 4 va, bouwlijn fell up weer daar uit. I guess Cleary, zoals geen hier maar je Duval. Eva Oli, de Fiskebie smunje daar geen hele jeno. Yes, vegen die. Ik kan de punchtje eens de game zit. Tosh ik al zeggen dat het is. En ligt het weer go das van de Jackley echt. Moesten al wat dat ons geversait. Muriga bal de Kumali gafstad. Hearts. Yes, Brownlee. Zo me gede getune voor Doherty. Something gezegd the Hearts of his own. Mooney, good, such a fast dash. For Smith, Mach and the Duval, I guess I shouldn't. Die ook Gleva, de handelen de Duval. Sylvie, Saturday Jack, McCunniff. The coach here, can't see Duval. Lockwood le pick and roll seo agus well sin stríosach. Mooney with a long range effort there, Claire, and very ambitious when she had support either side.
Yeah, exactly that. I think ambitious is the right word. It's going to take a lot, isn't it, to beat Essen from there, particularly as you said, when they've pushed players forward, she's got support either side.
Jessica Husband, Delaney, pure i the far mar ha. Agus Shadi, Delaney, the son Lockwood. Agus Kaelin Mickey is on Monica Forsyth. And it's no surprise, Claire, to see those changes coming. Ava O'Lead needs to freshen it up.
She does. I think they just need a bit of something else, you know, something just to give them a bit more foothold in the game. I don't think that they can go on the ball enough, and when they do, again, I just think they need more going forward. They need to pick better passes, look for better opportunities, and you know, hopefully some fresh legs actually do that for them.
Shadi Union a click at an gute critical groeg gegeven. Click at Jamaicanach. We will stay in me in the pathke. Michi, de will stay me in the pathke. Could you just have die kroontje in Hennige voor Hellig Hearts. Busy Arnott got Erie do so gaat de goal do willen. Dus Hearts talletje gejoor behoudelijk helemaal. Joe Potter to the new Narghi, and just the one change so far from Joe Potter. Rachel, is she getting to the stage where she might be looking to freshen it up? 1-0 is maybe just not enough. She needs a second goal here.
She does need a second goal just to make it a bit more comfortable for them. At 1-0, anything can happen. Even at 2-0, you know, whoever gets the next goal after that, anything can happen. So I wouldn't be surprised to see her make subs. She's certainly not scared to do that. And again, they would probably benefit from some fresh legs on the pitch, just given the amount of games that are coming up.
I guess picking echt in dat zomaar hoe het hart duidelijk leeg game voor zie maar zo. Ik ga balchen draas. Victoria Essen a tukste munjevui kos tilje gikken. Dan lele cheval laat stay a garwa. Kunart karatin to gain. En alleen hartske you count de cheval. Shadi, hier tellen ik in orde. Ze geeft kusjes in de hulting te Chelsea Cornet. Skippelige de koel. Hardy, kan die fijne val af. Zoals de lijnen doen willen. En hier is de zattige scherp gedrupt. Hier toch een zuurvreep. Girzoli, yes, de Perchen husband Eduse, vegen die oprige uit de gele shin farlatol. Yes, husband. Dash. En alleen het chin. Govern. Sule de Shoch, heel aan Rijnspe. Is chatje gevaarlijk ging. Het hart bouwen gommelijk en nu. Het platje Shoch, even kutje kan oorlog gegaan. Eigenlijk is Gerzoli, de Paul Leger kon toch het asje stui. There's a corner to the gut. Grant. Shoch caught him, guy. Gejarige dash, bro. I guess Arnott kan doen in je stui. I guess husband fall off. SWPL Sounds and Hearts, but Claire, that all came actually from Carly Girazzoli having taken charge of the situation, then given the ball away and Rangers breaking them.
Yeah, they break and they break quickly on them, and the ball comes into the box and you think it's going to be a tap in there for Lizzie Arnott, but what a block it is by Husband, and such an important block.
Så putting Jess Husband finds through the line and drop at Skatar. Doherty. Husband is a rat. Shadi with Ashishkit. Juval the Morrison estate. Go Mooney. Ha took on the Goran. I guess. Oh, the Cormac you go to do Vela. And the dash. The triplet. I guess. Another into Kathy Hill. The Kirchen Kajakshina. She had a chance to move the ball the other side here, Mooney, and Kathy Hill thinks she got some of the ball there.
I think it's probably as a foul, you know. She is going for the ball, but I think she takes her legs. So I think it is a free kick to Hearts in that situation.
Brownlee, Caho Killisty, Paul Nashar drops it. I guess Essen le tour you find the wheel fall of a look at that Hearts of that a lot of shot. Kate Mooney aan, I'm assuming who the wrack. Essen came and cleaned this out with her fists and just collided with Kate Mooney, I think.
It's just a follow through after the punch. Seems to be right on top of Mooney's head. She looks as if she's all right at least, so the last thing they would want is somebody else going off through injury.
You can see looking at Eva lead there, she looks worried. She said before the game she wanted this to be a marker laid down in terms of the cup final, and so far they've not really threatened.
They haven't. I don't think it's been their best performance up until this point in the game, if I'm honest with you. I don't think they've moved the ball well, you know. As I said there at half time, I think they are a team that can move the ball well at times. They've just not done it tonight, and I don't know what it is. Is it the nerves of thinking about this is, you know, maybe a wee show of what the final could maybe bring? I don't know why they look so nervous, certainly on the ball, but it's something, you know, they can still change. It's still only 1-0.
It's a game sin fatta leor fall agus Laila was on agus be Hearts na strísigte ho fallach in son course gear nach sin. A tasty game kata, maar a clear kraatje genoemd hul agus for Hello Rangers. A sinna grug eisen or misschien een fema je gedare te line or of dippen afschijn SWPL with the Hearts voor te kunnen in dash. Brownlee the ball is dash the Rangers get that. Husband dash got Parker Smith. Hill passing Elena McLaughlin. Hill Shindra Gulich. Michi, I guess this is the Taran Killar, Chelsea Cornet. Shadi, Duval, Mooney, Duval, McGovern, the favours there, Chabal, Dolci, the Kamach. As you said, Claire, there's still only 1-0. Hearts are still in it, and from Rangers' point of view, it's got a bit scrappy. Jo Potter will be wanting more from her players.
She will, and I'm sure she said that at half-time, that she'll want more goals and she'll want this game put to bed before allowing Hearts to get back into it, because if they score, you know, the Rangers can't really afford to draw tonight, if truth be told. So, and I think you actually see that in the way the Rangers players are playing at times. They're lunging into tackles and tackles they don't need to make, so they also need to find a little composure in the game.
Maar ik kies naar Sarah Ewens, Jessica Son, Hene, de Vaul, agus kan je zien naar unig. Ik heb aardig uit al heen. Agus, als je het had al je, agus Sarah Ewens, het zien. No surprise, clear to see a change up top.
They need goals, don't they? We've just spoken about it. Ewens has got herself in the score sheet over the last few weeks, so she's scored important goals, particularly that goal against Partick Thistle she scored. So Joe Potter's maybe just thinking she poses a different problem.
She had her, aardig Joe Potter en eentje. Joe Potter heen, doet er weer fijn toe als je zit in een plane. Dat heen je me geeft, maar nu je gutig manager in een plane aan. En Graham, ik Partick Thistle kutje, steeds aan zin. Husband, mag kopier, Jess. This local Joris and fine check at toch t-shirt. Well, you've got to admire the bravery there. That's what you want to see from a wide player just taking on the fullback.
I'm sure you're picking my thoughts here, by the way. I'm just thinking that. I love to see that in a player, that they've got the confidence just to run at the back line and see what they're going to do.
Die Oostenachtse Grant, de koelige. Dus hier komt Ewens naar een getastje heen. Hardy, naast Eikenui, koppelt getriespal. Kijk maar McLaughlin. Dat is passing to Doherty. Arnett Kairi, geen jullie kijken. I guess that's Indra Arnett and Rachel Rowe. Michi. Aska Brownlee. Tegen een 40 minuten vergeten geneest. Parker Smith, kachluche omhoog. To Erin Husband. Skrantje, een kiljoris aan huis voor Oortaken. McLaughlin, Mai, Shadi gaan een shot, McCleary, Kalikalamach. Karma gaan naar vader geweest aan Chetonig. Glasgow City is je Pingehorst voor Celtic naar Straaien nog kunnen Hibs, zeggen ze, gietjes een keer door den Fisker. Dus gietjes zie je ze bij League runnen, bij Karma. Glasgow City, Luge de Daraatjes toch. McLaughlin, Capax de Pier Rangers say Duval. Is Paul Tolemach. Shachat het Hardy Duval. So Plishiko, Rachel Rowe. Arnott. Oh, Shinaka the game of the Vineyard. Lizzie Arnott. Bij Faverson, Cora Mershit. Vattenhuitje. Agus Magede Gau, Haneke. Ultimately, the patient play bears fruit, Claire, and just opened up nicely. Rachel Rowe again involved, but I think Lizzie Arnott's been really good tonight, and she was in the right place there. She read the pass well, took it first time, and that's the goal the Rangers Joe Potter needed.
They absolutely needed it. I think they needed it to settle them down, because at 1-0 it can become very nervy, particularly coming into the last 15 minutes of a game. So it probably couldn't have came at a better time for Rangers. But as you said, you know, it's great from Rachel Rowe again involved in the play, where she picks the ball up and just sees the run of Arnott and slots it just as usual from her. It's greatly weighted, so Lizzie Arnott can just walk straight onto it on her left foot, which is not her favoured foot, by the way, and you wouldn't know it to watch her here, and she just slots it.
She just passes it in.
Yeah, past Parker Smith, and she's absolutely no chance.
And when you take it early like that as well, it gives the goalie less chance to get set.
Yeah, it does, and that's what I'm saying. It's straight in the corner, even at full stretch. She's never getting it. It's a great finish, and it should really settle them here.
Wel, Twyl Cwtrum Achashin, Lizzie Arnott, how Fadachking, Cero Twyl, Yen Days and Eichkisha. Agus Ashin, how Fadachking in the Pring in the Horch, the Rangers, like Carson Hoor at the goal, Agus Gadharing Kuin and Akivulach. So it's Elena. Lead, well, Jeff Rickers, Eichkisha, Darkin, Gilioriano, and you'll skip a Hidiano with the Fatke. Gilior open the Hidiano and of course get enough. Ewens, Agus Girazoli, Strie the Gele, Hartsekiri, Sude, Falachen Karoshin, Elanche Leroy, weet je dat ik als je game kom al het. Yes, Mava McLaughlin. Genelle Bas, gemaakt het dat. Putting you up for trying to go hardy. Shot caught him. This year, Hanel, and I click it on a car. Jeff Macabugate glue. Let's click it on Rangers account. Gemanas Futta. Ewens zeggen de fijne vallen, wacht je voor wie mag een paar, wij vallen geen kruiden, taring het as. But at the start of the game play, we speculated that maybe Rangers would be fresher having that day extra to recover from the semi-final, and I think we're beginning to see that now, added obviously to the depth of squad they've got.
Yeah, of course. It's going to matter, you know, when you're playing a game at the weekend, then a game midweek, then you've got another game at the weekend. It starts to build up in the legs, and as you said, even just with the extra day of recovery, it makes a massive difference.
Mooney has to vechten die voet in de groeg is Tjundijk, maar de vouwlach Savinacha, Rachel Rowe, je gaat de bouw winnen kadash voor Grante, Jemes de Goladash, en een Jikle Shade. Arnott, watch it, Giliors and Newsy. Ishalko Hardy, I guess Cornet, vegan de fijne stay. I guess game of Girazoli, Shinna Scooter gemacht, Njobig. Cornet trying like Caramella. Really aardig in het al heen. Van de duel. Test middag. From McCleary, daar op de And now clear from a Rangers point of view, it's about giving minutes to players, making sure everyone's fresh for the next big game, and it is a big one coming up next Monday night.
It's a massive game coming up, so you need to, as you said, manage players' minutes. Make sure you're not getting too much in the legs and that you're going to force injuries that way. So if you've got the subs to bring on, which they do, then absolutely use the whole squad.
Zie me en Jelena Gian callen die Cathy Hill. Toch het al Ashko Kerrel, Docherty. McLaughlin nach nas college could be Gish in the puchtig suas, maar ha McLaughlin en Jano Dras, dat gaat balsjen terug. Wat de in Hosje gore. Hanley dochas cos you can mach é díhil sama glochtan é chumal stoi. Shadi. Yes, gaan er in smach gain é val. Michi. Stoi gan a Melvin Handley matal suas a lein ach va Paul the golamach I mean chili gadash Archig ille é díhil on Hearts. Olivia Chomchuk tjena clicky dan oka Sheplin Giak a Carts a tjena. I guess Kate Mooney it all yet. I guess Gichel Gilora can Kate Mooney a Hatudi Tool the Jumar who the Camden to Donich. Viechen de gronke gedeur, dat gaat nur in Jain en Sacha na Cornet. Lachlan. Bal komt dat gediestje mag van een goeles. Cornet glachkig. Michi. That served the Hearts. I guess from a Hearts point of view now, Claire, is very much about damage prevention. You don't want to lose any more goals that might be psychologically damaging with that big cup final coming up.
Certainly it will, and Rangers look as if they're on the front foot. Again, you know, the game was becoming pretty scrappy before that goal at points.
Gadish, gaan je stinje, het cool je lijn het zien. McGovern Kairi je mag heel live kli. Tjecha mag een shin kita. Essen die is skale zocht het McGovern het drops het al steek het pick en te gaffe keren. Illegal Essen kan vrakig suus ganyer. Brownlee Kirius Kuhn Hardy. Rowe Eduval. Mittag Le Cheval Art to stay against Cornet. Well, the form she's in, Claire, you'd put money on her getting that on target. It's a really good ball in from Tess Middag, and she finds herself in splendid isolation here, just couldn't get it on target.
She couldn't get it on target, and as you said, the form she's in, you would expect her to at least hit the target with it there. I think when she sees it back from her own point of view, I think she'll be disappointed she's not actually scored that.
Carmen Haas again. The Rangers gesorgd. Stocha cyfylat, ffalach yn cyfylat ys giliori enw. Yn gêm y gleu, ys gagwn y gyn ys on. Na gêm môr, gêm derby. Ydr at hyn a Celtic y sio. Jylwyn sy chyn. Ys gypfico i gybar ys yn. Yn ffalach yn cyffwt y gyn lafa fi ac ydy gitl. And the big advantage Rangers do have going into these big games, Claire, is they've been there. They've done it. They know what it takes, and that's really important at this stage of the season.
Yeah, of course it is. You know, they have won the league before, so as you say, they do know what it takes. But you know, you still have to go out there and perform. It's all about, yeah, you have done it before, but it's a new season, it's a new team, so it's still big pressure going into these games for both sides.
Tjechien McGee de Karinjanach. Rachel Rowe, Kudasal. Saito, agus stat go chudar McGee le Cara Grant. Agus play portion of his own. Some Herculean defending here from Cara Grant just to stop Rachel Rowe from getting through, and what you feel would have been possibly a third goal.
Yeah, as I was saying at half time, she just loves to drive at defences, and she's just got such quick feet. She's so hard to mark, so Cara Grant actually does well just to get her toe on it and get it out for the corner.
Yeah, he's Cymrach Howell Sanoshank, one of the Boshank, agus Gilior, Lynchen Cora, Miss Voxa, Arnott Edegol Kadic, Rashko, Rachel Rowe. He's bowled the line, the follow up. Arachigele, Dolan Heen van het Duval. Jane Ross, de Union, look at that natal in it. Maybe Gans to jail, I'm assuming. William and Sjown, en Duval. I guess some dogs nog al shot. Dat will go over a tilly triplet in his own hearts. Grant Savant, I guess Rachel Rowe. Gina State. Vorkeby Karski Leorach. Ja, dat je shit. Giri Dash. Nasuya. Yes. Dash of the Casson. So the Shinning Corum to Rangers and Harry Hinakiano. A board to us, the Val. Leo Hardy at all yet, son Jane Ross. I guess Liv McLaughlin, the son Libby Bance. And again, Claire, this is about game management, seeing the game out.
It's all about game management, seeing the game out, some fresh legs on, just not overworking players and just taking the opportunity to use the squad.
Jane Ross, the Halshich, the Judy Hachking, Girazoli, the Javuil Shachat's first, and I heard here Dash. Ah, it's had Fadakin at a bow line of follow up. Hill, come on, Sul here out of the shot. Doherty, let's go, Rowe. Yes, 3 minutes in the Goon Abashach, Idaka, Legus, Navaris Kuyu, 3 minutes in Illa, Baraka the Shin, has the Hien. Ewens, Tjoenbigger follow up Brownlee. Tjoenbigger Stjärka triplage Noorsen. Shadi. Khadish. Hart Security, Mopel Ekeshu, Jano, Nasachi Hoos to the Fatk. Libby Bance. Chirizoli. A chick game, lower Cadero, Fadaking is on Hearts. A few minutes left. Claire, who's your player of the game tonight?
I think a few players have had a good game. I think Rachel McLaughlin's been really good down that right side, driving forward. Again, Chelsea Cornet as well, getting herself on the score sheet, and she's worked really hard. But for me, my player of the match today is Lizzie Arnott. I think she's had a great game. You know, she's went forward, driving at players when she can. She's actually been unlucky not to be on the score sheet more than once. With a great block by Husband and a great save by Parker Smith.
Lizzie Arnott, start looking at the game. Lepemach. Van Rangers, met de aanschijn, Kavaksepier, Victoria S en Chinegal. Fiction could be coke minute to go in your Varakaki. Grant, fine check at the Vully who edition McKell. Rowe. Jane Ross. It's good to get this to the chain. Ross evokes it. Agus an herb, a tall Sheikh. Libby Bance, Hannig Farnapengi. Fine, it rest Turl. Agus gada mór a út and Joe Potter. Is a gekeen in is given at look in the Celtic like Mulloch League. And just an instinctive finish from Libby Bance. She just turned, snapshot, and Charlotte Parker-Smith couldn't really do much about that. It was right in at her feet beside the near post.
Yeah, it was another great finish, as you said, right in the corner. But she does well here, I think, to get the ball. And actually, I think it's this. You'll see it coming in a second. Obviously, some good work out wide, but it just falls to her here, and she takes that roll, that touch, she takes it away, and then obviously reverses it. And Parker-Smith doesn't have a chance to save that. It's a great finish.
It's that roll that takes the goalkeeper away, and then she reverses it back into the corner.
It is. It's really smart play, particularly when there's quite a number of Hearts players around her. But it's that touch that makes the space for herself, and some finish, yeah, into the corner.
Cerra Turl, Iana Dace, and Libby Bance. Agus apeth Jew Eiche son Rangers. Jarabig gewil koik minutchen de goede varach gaviaki. Yes, it's not going to be sound like Rangers a Tilly goal. We talked about the goal difference between Rangers and Celtic, and it's quite hefty, 102 to 87. Well, they've made some inroads into that tonight.
Well, that's all they can do, is look to try and score as many goals as they can. I mean, for me, I think there's not enough games left to try and claw that back. Particularly Celtic aren't, shy from scoring a goal or two, so I think they need to concentrate as much as they can and getting 3 points.
Winning the games, yep. Potter me holly til Rutica Nation, I do val. At Sulvde på the Hearts. Brownlee got Hukal Art, gan of Oxum McGovern, the fine account, and Kachatal G the Hamach. Essen le Brepa Machille. Shadi. He is clicked any moons of vintage pants. So Norsen Aisha the start. Overall, Claire, I think it's been a very professional performance for Rangers. They had a job to do, they've done it, and it now tees up a massive game next week.
I think you're right. I think the most important thing for Rangers tonight was the 3 points. They've come out and done that, and they've kept a clean sheet at the other side, certainly up to this point. But yeah, they will need to look forward to Monday night now, which I think is going to be a massive game for this title race.
Must be Hearts and Trinity, a Kailas and a Gorhul, 3 of the cow. Ewens with Caramella Shoggisha. Sheer Golamach na Sarsen Yakata. Will a Gorama follow up. Fede Taikin Chimical Cornet. Yes, Grant got Skiplachu follow up. Arnott Wunachu Goladash. Doherty. Middag. Loughlin met een wat kleren graaf hier U met de Jechtische Howley Line Yesh. Tolletje bouwde gewoon zo'n ossingen is een minuutje met jeder de goede varach. Dus vergoedjen voor Shadi. Bouwde de goede maag. Er staat de geschäft we zijn de Rangers. Mijn naveres gebeuren de gal. Karen Vaske de Nosje en Kutjach. Ja, just beat Granchas an Hearts in ish, agus Eva lead, and you'll Shean of the VC games to get noch Gilior in the fame oprige get a shot. Agus stood in the Mias and the Genicus the daskip of the East, and of course here in the Kupen Halappe. Juens, Fiach in the Carrot line in the Poorgedacht Brownlee. Bouwlies al die jarige Sheikh is Cara Grant, maar is aast. Wel, Hookie bal de dash, de Rangers terugberg. Rachel Rowe, tegen de jarige dash. Agus Jess husband, als een naadje gerst is aan. Staat toch de goed aan, dat kan de wokse. Jane Ross, ik goed gehoord. Dat ik shin trying kan dribbelen. Go Charlotte Parker Smith. Levinach. Nu zijn jullie hem twee Gafaka Hearts. Ga goed de val af. Koutje dash de Rangers. Agus game Shachat. Weet je dat? Het Soel hoort je nooit in Mara. Soelele, niet naar Vial, Shina Shachat. 3 punten more, 3 turles aan Rangers. Haken goed het as kunnen. Ik moet nog 3 afliegen naar baan. Joe Potter's even lead. Skip in de coach hier, kunt foutje de gele. Ach, en je checken met je een gekuttermach zijn games. De son Rangers Lizzie Arnott, Lisje Dress Tuil. Daar Tuil kan wel iskal. Negens Libby Bans en ik van de Pinky, Lisje Dress Tuil. Chelsea Cornet, Lisje Gia Tuil. Agus Sashina kut game more vuil. De shot on haar kan je loon se chien. De nieuwe Celtic ik moeilijke league. At Nava Yara Yano. 3 punten in Hokal. Dikke daas in de geest naar Purin te Celtic Rikkers in Australië in de Nisker. Agus at de Ver Nagunu kan we kunnen. Joe Eicher is on Joe Potter. De show. Broadwood had kregen Rangers 3, Hearts en Johnny.
Tafbaletse Gajera Alec, I guess. Well, 3 punten. The Rangers and skipper Hearts, I guess. Well, Claire Gemmel. Call of them so oordelen ik uit in de park zo draste. Is on Berg ein wo je zo draste. Claire, 3 goals, 3-0 Rangers, 3 points, and yeah, job done from their point of view.
It was, and I think the 3 points was the most important thing from their point of view, really. I think they controlled most of the game, if I'm honest. There's a point where I felt it could have went quite scrappy, but they got control of it again, particularly when their second goal went in, and I think from there they just had their foothold in the game, and as you said, it's a job done and 3 points on the board. Job
done indeed, and we'll have a look back at the goals in a moment or two, but from a Hearts point of view, just bitterly disappointing from them that they just didn't make too much of a fist of it, and ultimately it was their own mistakes that let them down.
Yeah, and you know, these games are notoriously close between Rangers and Hearts this season. Certainly it's all been 1-0s, stuff like that, so I think they will be disappointed that they've not maybe made more of the game, particularly off the back of the win they had against Rangers, but it's something they're just going to need to look at. Sometimes it happens in a game, so they'll need to analyse it and just move on to the next.
Well, let's have a look then at some of the goals, and it came in the first half, the first one, and a corner, Lizzie Arnott setting it up, and it breaks to Chelsea corner, and a lovely volley.
It's a fantastic volley, she connects with it well. You can see it here falling to her, and she's only got one thing in her mind, and it's to shoot, and it's a great connection. As I said, I think it's still going in, even if the Hearts player's not there, but you know, she'll take it, she'll not be caring whether it's went in with deflection or not. It's all about getting the goals.
I want to ask you about Chelsea corner. Maybe the likes of Rio Hardy, Rachel Rowe, we spoke about half-time, Mia McCauley have taken the headlines from a Rangers point of view this season, but Chelsea Cornet has come on leaps and bounds, hasn't she, under Joe Potter?
She has. She goes under the radar, Chelsea, I think. I say this about Chelsea anytime I'm asked about it. I actually think it's when you remove her from the team that you notice how much work she actually does for the team. She clears things up for the team and allows the more creative players to go on and do their thing, really. But now, you know, she's joining in on that, scoring goals like that.
And of course, from a Rangers point of view, it was all just about them being patient, wasn't it? And they knew that the other goals would come, and that's exactly what happened, wasn't it?
Well, I'm sure they had a belief that the other goals would come, and they eventually did. And I think it's always been the case with Rangers, certainly this season, that they seem to have a game plan and stick to it and just keep plodding away at what they work on. And tonight it's paid off for them, and they've got the 3 goals and they've got the clean sheet.
And of course, massively important that they did get the 3. We'll stop to that question just now. We're joined by 2 just now, Lizzie Arnott and Joe Potter. Well done to Joe, I'll come to you first. 3 points, job done.
Absolutely. We knew we needed 3 points tonight. There's always comes a little bit of pressure with that. But I always put these under a little bit of pressure. Try not to put too much on them, but you know, if you want to be winners, and you've got to take a little bit of pressure to be able to come out on top sometimes. Like I said, we tell them when they're not great, and they deserve a lot of credit tonight for getting those 3 points.
Lizzie, we saw Chelsea's goal just there, so we can have a look at yours now. And what do you remember about it? Because you did have a sighter earlier on in the first half. Parker Smith made a very good save, but you'd be just getting on the score sheet.
I think, you know, I'm always trying to get forward where I can, and you know, when you've got Roy playing with you, like, you can rely on her to find the pass in the perfect weight. So I just thought I've got to take it early with the defenders coming in, so I was just happy to see it hit the back of the net. You mentioned Rachel Rowe there. Someone like that coming on at half time, what does she bring to this Rangers side? Yeah, massive boost, obviously. You know, when she comes on, she brings that energy, and I think you could see, you know, she brought that today again, so credit to her, and I think we did well as a team. Joe mentioned there Rachel Rowe coming off the bench, of course, and you were using your squad tonight, and I suppose that's a positive from your point of view as well, giving players minutes but also saving players as well. Well, that's the thing. We've got a big run in. You know, we finished the season with a 3-game week as well, which is going to be tough. We need to make sure that if players are needed, that they're ready. You can tell when players haven't played a while and they're expected to come off the bench, and people expect them to just all of a sudden produce a performance and have fitness levels there when they've probably not been touched all season. So we don't want to do that. We know we've got a good squad, and I've said from day one that our squad's going to, you know, get us what we deserve at the end of the season. And you can see there we need to be mindful with Rachel as well. We can see what sometimes a hammering she gets when she starts in games. Teams actually, you know, they will man mark her out of a game, which is difficult, but you can see there just a little delay on that pass. I think she just waited for the defender to just step in. I think sometimes you'd see a lot of players there play that ball early and then they could jump to Lizzie, but that little extra bit of quality which we needed today, she come on and delivered. You mentioned the squad and Libby Bantz coming on, and I mean, super sub. Do you take credit for that as well? But, no, she deserves all that credit. A lovely finish from her. It's a great finish. You know, she does this all the time. We see it from Libby constantly in training. She's, you know, coming from Brighton, she's not renowned for this. I think she'd tell you that, you know, she was always told to be safe, pass the ball sideways, square, give it backwards, be that protective one. But we play so different to that. You know, we want them to play forward passes, we want them to be aggressive, and you know, you just look at a little set-up touch there. She's got great power, and when she can do that and strike off both feet, that she might as well have a go. And I'm delighted for her because, you know, she's had a tough time coming back off the back of a tough injury. So it was a really nice touch for her there. Yeah, you enjoyed that goal. I did. I'm smiling for once. No, Joe and Lizzie, thank you so much. Lizzie, you're tonight's player of the match as well. But appreciate
well
you.
Done, Liz.
I appreciate chosen by Claire.
Of course.
Thank you.
Better left foot than me.
You taught me everything.
Those were running out of time, but thank you both so much. Thank you.
Cheers, both.
Thank you all. And Claire, of course, looking ahead to that game on Monday night against Celtic, both level on 73 points at the top of the SWPL, shaping up nicely. I said that at half time, but now we can definitely say it.
No, we can definitely say it, and you know, it's what you want getting into the end of a season. You want it to be exciting. I'm sure both teams maybe don't want it that way, and they'd maybe want it a wee bit, you know, more definitive either way for themselves. But you know, what a spectacle it is for the women's game, and I think it's going to be an interesting one on Wednesday night. It could, Monday night. It could go. It's been a long night. It could go either way, really, and I think both are capable sides. So it's really going to be about who comes out and turns up on Monday, I think. Let's see what happens on Monday. But Claire, thank you so much for your contribution tonight. Agus well, a dá making it a goal rachi in shot BBC Alpha. Ta Felicia, aiche va.